After winning their first division title in 8 years, the New England Patriots and owner Billy Sullivan traveled to Denver for a playoff meeting with the Broncos.
And I've been delighted with your success. You've handled it beautifully. I want to congratulate you. You're a great asset to this game.
You are too. Thank you.
The defending AFC champion Patriots learned one thing that afternoon in Denver. If there is anything tougher than winning a championship, it is defending it.
Come on now. Shut him down.
The best road team in pro football smothered the Broncos' John Elway for much of the day. But the Patriots' offense sputtered as well. However, quarterback Tony Eason had the singular advantage of being able to send all-pro receiver Stanley Morgan long.
Fires to the end zone, right corner, touchdown Stanley Morgan!
When Eason needed a big play, the steamer never failed him. In the clutch, in emergencies, in cold blue, Morgan was the man.
Eason firing downfield for Morgan.
All season, the Patriots relied on their character and resourcefulness through countless cliffhangers and comebacks. Now they fell victim to the resourcefulness of the Denver Broncos.
This is the shotgun, and the Patriot goes across the line of scrimmage, and that will give away a free play down the left side.
Denver scored the game winner on a busted play, and the seesaw battle ended with the Patriots on the downside of a 22-17 score. New England lost, but not without a fight. This team of special men created many magic moments that will live on in the memory. And the character of this team forged the physical and mental toughness essential in the 1986 Patriots fight to the finish. The 1986 edition of the New England Patriots arrived at summer training camp as defending AFC champions. The year before, under the stable leadership of head coach Raymond Berry, they had given their fans the most exciting season in team history.
They know they're good enough to go on the field and play with anybody. And that's a big thing to learn and to believe. It doesn't win you any games. You got to go out there and do it. But to know that you can do it, I think, is a major step psychologically.
The Patriots' recent success would not be possible without the support of their fans. One can't go without the other. And the closeness among the players has rubbed off on rookies like nose tackle Mike Ruth.
I mean, I've never seen a better group of people working together, just everybody just helping each other out. And to be with a team the caliber of the Patriots, it's super.
The Patriots' sights were set on fielding a balanced team with an aggressive defense and an explosive offense. They were determined to put their best foot forward, and on opening day, they got a leg up on the Colts with a 33-3 win. The next week in New York, an option pass from Craig James to Tony Collins ensured a 20-6 win over the Jets. In week 3, Collins helped forge a 10-point fourth-quarter lead over the visiting Seahawks. At quarterback, Tony Eason threw for 397 yards and teamed with wide receiver Stanley Morgan for 3 touchdown passes. It was a performance that left Seattle's all-pro safety Kenny Easley very impressed.
Well, Tony Eason is going to be an all-pro quarterback. He's a great talent, strong arm, and great leadership capabilities. He's in a great situation being in New England because he has a fantastic offensive line. And so longevity and endurance is going to be the thing that's going to be key for him. I think he's really a brilliant quarterback at the stage right now. He certainly played well against us the first game of the season this year. Really, I don't see why he shouldn't be a superstar in this league. Despite Eason's numbers, New England did not hold the lead.
And 2 more Eason scoring passes the next week in Denver could not prevent the Patriots' only regular season road loss of the year. With the Patriots' record even at 2-2, they welcomed the arch-rival Dolphins and Dan Marino to Foxborough. Historically, most New England-Miami games are tight as a noose, but in this contest, the Patriots hung the Dolphins out to dry. Marino's golden arm was tarnished by 3 Patriot interceptions, one by linebacker Larry McGrew, and a pair by cornerback Ronnie Lepet, number 42. Everything the Dolphins couldn't do, the Patriots could.
Here is Eason on the roll right, fires, touchdown!
After tight end Willie Scott scored his first touchdown as a Patriot, New England defenders put the vice on Miami's running game. Where Miami backs found roadblocks, Patriots runners found express lanes free and clear.
Craig James on the run, flying for the corner, and he's got it from 7 yards out.
And while Dan Marino could not escape the Patriots' pass rush, Tony Eason avoided the Dolphins' blitz to build a 24-0 halftime lead.
Avoids pressure, fires into the middle, it's complete, moving fire, 15-10, 5, touchdown!
Although Eason was forced from the game with a bruised rib cage, the Patriots never missed a beat. Their winning rhythm was never broken since they had the luxury of a Steve Grogan to come in on relief.
Grogan, he's back, steps up and fires, deep, touchdown, New England, Stanley Morgan hauls in a beautiful strike.
When it was all said and done, the Patriots had handed the Dolphins their worst loss since 1980 when New England beat them 34-0. Deja vu, plus a touchdown. It is vital that a contending team such as the Patriots have quarterback depth. In Steve Grogan, New England has what is essentially a second starting quarterback. After 12 seasons, Grogan is the team's all-time leading passer. But at first, he had problems accepting a backup role.
Anybody that's a competitor wants to have a chance to compete, and I was a little disappointed that I wasn't given a chance to at least try to win the starting job in training camp, but I respect Coach Berry enough to understand that when he makes a decision, he's got a good reason for it, and I've got a role to fill here, and I'm going to do the best I can to fill that role.
Down 24-0 in an October showdown with the New York Jets, Steve Grogan led a furious second-half comeback with touchdown passes to Stanley Morgan, Irving Fryer, and Cedric Jones. The 401 yards passing was the most of Grogan's career, but the rally fell short by 7 points. Does the change in quarterbacks affect the Patriots in any way? Ryan Holloway doesn't think so.
One bit, because they all can put it in the end zone, and they're all very fine leaders. And what's great is each one can get in the end zone, but it's going to be a completely different way. And that's what makes it exciting, because it's another weapon we have. It poses a big problem to the defense. Where is he going to be as opposed to the other one? What read is he going to take as opposed to the other quarterback? And when he scrambles, where is he going to look? Is he going to look short, or is he going to go deep? Grogan's going to sit back there in the pocket. He's going to take his reads, and because of his experience, he's going to be able to anticipate some things in the field and make his choices. Tony, on the other hand, is gaining experience. He's a fine quarterback, but if he gets a notion, he's going to get around and scramble. And at just the minute you're sitting there going, what is he doing? He's going to throw a big strike, and you're all going to be laughing on the way to the end zone.
The two men have a unique working relationship, whereby Grogan calls the plays and Eason executes. They are a pair of talented quarterbacks whose egos don't get in the way of team goals, for they realize that together they win. Grogan was at the controls again in Pittsburgh in Week 8 when the Patriots played as perfect a game as a team can play.
15-yard line, he fumbles, chases it, picks it up, and runs into the end zone. Touchdown!
After Starring picked the ball up for a score, safety Fred Marion picked one off and returned it for one of 5 New England defensive touchdowns of the year. Patriot defenders threw a shutout against the Steelers when they limited the home team to 54 yards passing, registered 5 sacks, and forced 4 turnovers. The 34-0 blanking was the worst loss the Steelers have suffered at home since moving to Three River Stadium in 1970, 17 years ago. By the season's halfway point, the Patriots owned the #1 defense of the NFL. Had countless injuries not depleted their forces, this unit may well have finished the season with that same lofty ranking. The injury situation was such that the Patriots moved from the standard 3-4 alignment to a 4-3. Yet linebackers Andre Tippett, Don Blackman, Lawrence McGrew, Steve Nelson, Johnny Rembert, and Ed Reynolds had little trouble adjusting. Only one AFC team surrendered fewer points. In his first season as a starter, Garen Veras was named the team's top lineman, and rookie end Brent Williams stepped in for the injured Ken Sims and performed well beyond his years. The special teams had that same hungry look right down to the Patriots' last line of defense. Punter Rich Camarillo, #3. As a group, the New England defensive backfield is as good as any in the league. The AFC's top-ranked pass defense had plenty of depth with Ernest Gibson, Jim Bowman, and Rod McSwain filling in capably for starters Raymond Claiborne, Roland James, Fred Marion, the team's leading tackler, and cornerback Ronnie Lipset, #42. In his fourth year with the Patriots, Lipset placed third in the AFC in interceptions with 8. And for the 10th year, Raymond Claiborne was Mr. Reliable at the other cornerback slot. In 1986, Claiborne tied the team record for career interceptions and maintained the Patriots' mark for consecutive games played with 137. For a full decade, Raymond Claiborne has established himself as one of the NFL's premier defensive backs. And his reliability and durability earned him his 3rd trip to the Pro Bowl. At midseason, with a record of 5-3, New England took serious steps toward a division title. With Tony Eason back in the lineup, the Patriots began the march with their 8th straight win over the Buffalo Bills. Rushing touchdowns by Craig James and Robert Weathers, #24, keyed the 23-3 win. Next, the Atlanta Falcons were victimized by the versatile talents of Irving Fryer, who excels at both a wide receiver and as a punt return specialist. 4 Tony Franklin field goals and a Tony Collins touchdown nailed down the first of 5 straight come-from-behind wins. Behind at the half in Indianapolis, the Patriots fought to the finish for a 24-point second half and a 30-21 win. Comebacks became commonplace for New England as the Rams found out in Week 11. Until the fourth quarter, the Patriots' only touchdown was provided by the defense when Rod McSwain blocked the Los Angeles punt and scored from 31 yards out. Eight minutes into the final period, an Irving Fryer touchdown drew the Patriots to within 5 points.
3 seconds left.
This fight to the finish came down to the final play of the game.
It's hanging up in the end zone. They're all up in the air, and it's a touchdown. The Patriots have a touchdown. A Hail Mary, Tony Eason to Irving Fryer, and the Patriots are going to win the game.
The scene was a familiar one the following week at home when the upset-minded Bills held a 19-15 lead with less than 2 minutes to play.
1:46 left. Snap to Eason. He's back. He's looking. He loops it into the end zone. Touchdown! Patriots! They go ahead as Greg Beatty
Facing the improved Saints in New Orleans, Stephon Starling's touchdown was the Patriots' lone score as they fell behind 13-7. Then the special teams took over.
Stephon Starling is deep for the Patriots. Here's the snap. Hansen steps up and blocked. Blocked by Eugene Prophet. Picked up by Mosi Tatupu. He runs it in for a touchdown.
Plays like that earned Mosi Tatupu a Pro Bowl selection as the AFC Special Teams Player of the Year. Another thrilling fight to the finish highlighted the Patriots' 7th straight win and propelled them into first place in the AFC East.
Under pressure, jumps up in the middle of the pocket. He gets the ball knocked loose. The Patriots have it. Brent Williams heading for the 10, the 5, and he runs it in for a touchdown. And it was Toby Williams that smacked Wilson and knocked the ball loose. So the combination of Brent and Toby Williams produce a touchdown for the Patriots.
The winning point in the 21-20 win was supplied by yet another Pro Bowl performer. Kicker Tony Franklin, who became the NFL's leading scorer with 140 points. Franklin was hot from start to finish as he broke the team record for field goals in a season. And in one stretch, he connected on 3 field goals per game for 5 straight games. Tony Franklin's hot foot added more than a few exclamation points to the second highest scoring team in pro football. New England felt the loss of perennial All-Pro John Hanna, and after tight end Lynn Dawson was lost for the year with injuries, the play of the offensive line was not up to usual Patriot standards. However, the addition of All-Pro Sean Farrell, acquired in the offseason, will instantly upgrade a proven group that includes Brian Holloway, Paul Fairchild, Steve Moore, Ron Wooten, Pete Brock, Trevor Maddox, and Darrell Haley. The offensive line is the one unit of a football team that improves with age. And if there is one individual on the New England roster who's gotten better with age, it is Stanley Morgan. Wide receivers in their 10th year are generally headed out to pasture. But in 1986, this thoroughbred ran the race of his life. For most of his career, Morgan's speed has been his whole card. What separates him from other wide receivers is how he has learned to use that speed.
It took me a while because the first year I came in the league, that was the only thing I used was my speed to get open. And then I had the opportunity to have Raymond Berry as a coach, and he taught me that I really didn't need to use that speed to get open, that I could get open on moves, giving a guy a little false move here, a false move there, and where I can save my speed until after I catch the ball. And that worked out pretty good for me because after I caught the ball, I was able to run a little more and I had a little more energy.
Morgan's ageless energy generated 8 games with over 100 receiving yards as the Steamer was named the team's most valuable player and became an All-Pro for the 3rd time. Stanley Morgan, still blazing after all these years. After winning 7 straight games, the red-hot Patriots went in the deep freeze with consecutive losses to Cincinnati and San Francisco. But this was a team that knew how to win. And with the division title on the line, they knew when to win and where. On the final week of the season on a Monday night, the place was Miami. With a capacity crowd filling the Orange Bowl and a national television audience looking on, the house lights came up and the Patriots took center stage and gave America a game to remember. The Patriots built a 13-3 lead, but the Dolphins, playing their final game on the Orange Bowl, scored the next 17 points.
Touchdown! And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
Tony Eason left the game with a shoulder injury, but the man who calls the plays from the sideline stepped forward to call the plays in the huddle. And in the third period, Steve Grogan called his own number.
Steve Grogan in for the touchdown. And now the Dolphins lead by just one.
The extra point tied the game at 20 before Dan Marino threw the Dolphins back in front.
Fires into the middle, and that one is complete. Dolphins touchdown to Mark Clayton.
As the game entered the final period, the Patriots geared up for a final flurry.
Grogan's back looking to throw. He lets her go. Touchdown, New England. Grogan from the 12-yard line throws it to Tony Collins for 6.
The Road Warriors from New England had traveled long and hard for this one moment. The final round in a furious fight to the finish. They withstood Miami's best punches. It was now time to land a telling blow of their own. With 44 seconds left to play, one of the NFL's headline teams made front-page news.
Now the Patriots have first down and 10, and the ball at the 30-yard line of the Dolphins. Here it is. Grogan's back. He looks to throw. Lets her go. Right sideline. There's a catch, and the Patriots have a touchdown.
The New England Patriots used bold and imaginative strokes to create a masterpiece of a win. 34-27. They became champions of the East by igniting their competitive fires with an indomitable will to fight to the finish.